everyone. Welcome to another episode of Black Mom Society Fireside Chat. We are so happy to start off 2026 with Clarissa Shepherd Hayes. Yay! So this is not her first time. Hey! So this is not her first time with Black Mom Society. She has done our podcast when it was just audio. She has been a part of our community town hall sessions where she provided some very needed and well-informed conversation on how to be a mompreneur, how to level your business, especially if you want to be an author, a children's author specifically, and how to get into that space. And her work is absolutely phenomenal. I can, say what it is about her, but she will definitely say more. But she is a master's Pilates instructor, business studio owner. So if you are in the DMV area, please make sure to check out her space. It is phenomenal. And she is a children's author. Definitely have her book. We use it all the time for that reset because being a boy mom is not easy. So definitely needing it for stretching and getting him just ready for track season has been great for us. And I'm going to let her she's going to say everything about her. But before we do, just Black Mom Society is a space for Black women, Black moms, all type of moms. We welcome all moms. Whatever mom you want to be, welcome. Please be here with us. Okay. So, yeah, like whatever mom, just be a mom. Right. God mom, period. Glad mom, mama. Okay, right. Bonus mom, all the moms. We are here for you. We have that space for wellness, community, and just being here for each other because now more than ever, we need each other. And with that being said, I'm going to let Clarissa introduce herself. Take it away.
Yeah. So my name is Clarissa Shepherd Hayes. I am the owner of the Pilates Mamii brand. And what that brand is really known for is working with kids and parents and overall families to help promote wellness in a space that you may not always think about. Think about the last time you went to a Pilates class or a yoga class or any other type of modality, and you say to yourself, man, I wish I could come at 6 a.m., but I have the kids. Well, what my mission is I'm trying to essentially bridge that gap to encourage health and wellness with families through Pilates, through bar, and through different modalities to encourage just overall wellness within all communities.
I love it. And she forgot to say that she's a studio owner.
Oh, yes. I was trying to keep it more niche, but yes.
No.
And I am a studio owner. I own a private Pilates studio in Sterling, Virginia. And I only do privates and duets for right now, but I do virtual as well as pop-up events. In fact, I know we're in the DMV. I am doing an event this upcoming Sunday with City Girl Golf. I'm going to be teaching 40 women, 40 women, Magic Circle Pilates. The following week, I will be in DC with a women's leadership group, and I will be teaching about 15 to 20 women standing Pilates. So a little background about me. I've been doing Pilates for 10 years. I've been teaching Pilates for 10 years. I'm a master instructor with Club Pilates, in addition to doing things with my own brand. I know, so wordy, so I try to condense. But anything Pilates, family, teaching people how to teach Pilates, I'm your go-to person at the DMV.
I love it. And as you can see, this is why I love Clarissa. Amazing.
Yeah.
So with that being said, this is the perfect chat for us because we're going to be talking about rest isn't lazy, it's strategic. And this falls into everything that she does, everything that is about wellness and taking care of yourself, because as moms, something that I've shared with Clarissa personally is that when I had my son, I started gravitating more towards yoga and Pilates and bar more than before, just because that's just what my body asked for. And so it's something about just needing it. Although, yes, we should be doing more of the more active lifestyle kind of activities, right? But when you finish after having birth and during that postpartum time, your body just calls for certain things. And that's what my body called for. And it helped with not only helping me to sleep better, but also just being more in tuned. So with that, this is just definitely understanding why rest is important. We are not lazy when we rest. As moms, we all know that sleep is almost like a treasured commodity that we need. And we were just talking about how we hide in the closet.
Yes.
Whenever we need a break. Yes. And honestly, like sometimes you'll hear them in the background, like, Mom, but you know what? Like that few minutes is everything.
It's gold.
It's everything to it. It's gold. Okay. So I'm just going to ask Carissa, what rest looks like for you in your real life?
So rest for me is sometimes I get up in the early morning, maybe 3 to 4 times a week, and I grab a book. And I might only read that book for 20 minutes or so, but it allows me to just detach from my phone, detach from my husband. I love him, but sometimes, and detach from my kids and just really just focus on something that I want to do. Rest for me also looks like, hey, I'm going to stop and get some food or take myself out to lunch in the middle of the day when I have a little break in my schedule. Rest for me means, it's, you know what? I want to get my nails done. That's a form of rest. I know it's a little bit of self-care, but that's kind of me shutting down my brain and doing it for me. Rest also for me means there's a slow period in my business. Things are maybe going as well as I hoped. Maybe that's a good time to schedule a vacation. So those things is what rest looks like for me. Scheduled time and also just incorporating regular downtime throughout my week where I don't have to think about anybody but myself. I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, I try to have a little me time or selfish time, and that's what it looks like.
And you know what? That's okay. Because a lot of times there's so much, we get that overconsumption on social media on like self-care. And it's like in a bubble bath or in a candle, in a tub, whatever it is. And it's like, no, my friends, like, I don't know.
It's
not.
It's not. Honestly, it's rarely that for me. It's very much, on my drive home, I might want to stop and get a nice taco that I haven't had in a while. Or you know what? I want a strawberry matcha, or just a drink that just makes me feel refreshed. Or you know what? Ooh, it's happy hour. I'm going to get a sangria. Like that's what it looks like. Or I'm really big into salsa dancing. I've been a salsa dancer for the last 15 years. So I schedule once a month that I go to the salsa club and I go by myself.
Okay.
So that's what it will look like for me.
I love that. For me, it's just exploring. Like I have to explore different things. Like I've been doing it since I used to live in California, just like go see something, venture out, see what's going on. A lot of times it's around food, but most times it's just like me being able to like see what's out there. So I get it, because rest doesn't have to just be that clinical or that sterile thing. It could literally just be something that makes you happy. Like I've gone to the nail salon and fell asleep while doing my nails, and you know what? it's okay.
I think rest sometimes looks like, at least online, it looks more like an aesthetic. Like you have a robe, you have this, you have that. But the reality, at least for me and probably a lot of moms, is that it just might be as simple as going in the pantry and eating a snack.
Seriously, because just to be real, these days, especially in this lovely year of 2026, like who has the money to take a staycation? Who has the money to just go get a hotel just sporadically when grocery bills are like through the roof? Like you don't have that kind of time, or you're trying to, juggle out the bills or separate. Okay. It's a lot. So if I can just get that banana bread matcha, for $7 and keep it moving, and that makes me happy, before I go pick up my kid from
Exactly.
school, then that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
That's my form of rest. That's my
Yeah.
form of, oh, I can just breathe again. And now
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes. Because I know you and I are very much in service oriented spaces. Like mine is more of the therapy, but psychology, but like yours is definitely in wellness and fitness and that kind of lifestyle. And it's the same service. It's the same service, right? Like we are pouring into people from the moment we get to work to the moment we leave. And then maybe we have like an hour or two before we got to go get the kids. So you literally have, and within that time, you're trying to answer emails, answer text messages, answer phone calls, whatever it is you're trying to do. Right. And then so that 2 hours truncates into like, 30 minutes?
Exactly.
You know what?
It's just zone out. Yep.
Yeah. It's like, I only got time to get a taco.
Get line or whatever. Yeah. At the drive through and be good. Yep. That's
exactly.
Like 95% of the time.
90, like literally. And it's just what you have to do. But I know for a fact that the type of self-care I used to do before motherhood is definitely not the same type of rest that is during momhood. Like rest looks so much different. I know people say, oh, it's because you're getting older, but I don't think it's really that. I just think it's really like being a mom.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, and you touched on a great point, a lot of it has to do with the phase in life that you're in. Rest for me in my early 20s, because I've been a mom for, it feels like forever now at this point. Rest for me in my very early 20s looked like sleeping in until 11 a.m. or 12 p.m., after a night out in the town. Rest for me back then also looked like hanging out with a boyfriend and playing video games at that time. The mindset was just very different, and it was very easygoing, and I knew that I had all the time in the world, so it didn't matter. I could always rest. As soon as motherhood hit, there was very minimal time to rest. And so when I actually got a chance to do it, I was semi-intentional. And what I mean is I was really intentional saying, I'm going to go to Starbucks because I haven't had Starbucks in a while. We might have a little guess. Okay, go ahead. That's what it will look like,
Going in the pantry, girl.
I know, right? I should have, and then she would have banged on the door. She's got everything she needs, and yet she just is right. I wonder, she's been like this for a week. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know with her. But it looks really intentional. It looks like, hey, I will tell my husband sometimes I feel overwhelmed. I need a moment. I just need to go out for a little bit. It might just be going to the store and sitting in my car in my parking lot and listening to music. That's what it will look like. So when I say intentional, it's not necessarily specific, but I know I'm intended to take this time that I want to take. Whereas back then, it just kind of happened. It wasn't planned, if that makes sense.
True. It does. And that's exactly how I feel too. I mean, it's just, we see the privileges of like, a lot of how it should be. But I know back in my 20s, if I wanted something, I'll just, go away or take a travel somewhere or, hang out with friends or whatever it is. And then now it's like, okay, I'm about to drive myself nuts. Like, let me go.
Right. And if you want something more lavish, you have to plan it. Like for me, I'm planning to go on a vacation during a slow period next month for me in March because it's my birthday. I'm taking the kids. So reality, I can't right now. Give me 1 minute, okay? I'm sorry.
It's fine. Girl,
for me, I planned my trip 4 months ago and curated everything and everybody so that way I knew I had time to get away. Whereas before, somebody could hit me up on a Friday. Hey, girl, do you want to go to such and such for a week? You want to go next week? Sure, why not? I can't do that anymore. Everything has to be planned. Everything has to be curated.
Yes. And that's how it has to be, because we just don't have that kind of time, especially like business owners. Like you can't, like you honestly cannot. And even with kids, you know, you got to make sure everything is packed. You'll still forget something, of course, but you know, at least you have it. And you know, it's that pressure, right? So we have to really be able to figure out how to navigate that pressure. And I feel like our seasons of just giving to everyone is always there. So what do we, I know for us, but how do we do this in our business? Because we are giving to everyone. And then do you feel depleted? Like how do you replenish that depletion if you feel it in any kind of way?
I feel it like a lot, if I'm honest with you. I'm just getting her a piece of it. Here, go downstairs, please. Go get the pencil downstairs, okay? Thank you. It was fine before it, and then she's who's on it?
No, they know. Oh, they know. Trust me.
It's not like
I know.
like what is happening? But yes, to answer this overall question, I feel depleted / burned out quite a bit. Honestly, it probably happens once or twice a week. And then sometimes it will escalate to the point where I'm like, okay, wait a minute, what's going on? Because it's impacting my mood. It's impacting how I treat my kids. It's impacting my friendships. It's impacting how I talk to people. So what I find is the first step is I recognize, hey, this is not me. Why am I acting this way? And what is causing these behaviors? Because I try to be very self-aware, and I've done a lot of counseling also. So I highly recommend take some counseling if things just get really, really crazy. You're dealing with it too.
Like, come to me.
So that's what I first recognize. I recognize my behavior is changing. Then the second thing I do is I say, okay, I think we need to take a break. Where and what aspect of my business can I pull back from? So I might say, okay, maybe we say no to a certain event, or maybe we say no to extra mommy and me stuff, or working on this project or that project. Maybe instead we just take a night off and we worry about it tomorrow. I look at my to-do list and I figure out what's the most important. And then if whatever I can shave off, I will try to shave it off after that. That will give me a little bit more insight. That's how I
like that. So basically you're saying no.
Basically saying no, but also recognizing what is causing this burnout. Am I burned out because it's maybe a hormonal change? Because, you know, like we go through all these different fluctuations during the month. Am I frustrated in my personal life? Like, is maybe like my husband's doing something to piss me off and like that's translating to my business? Or am I feeling overwhelmed because of the volume of my business or the ask, you know, or the emails that I'm receiving? What is actually causing this stress? Because, you know, with like you, I'm sure that there's many different pillars of your business, whether it be email, text, call, marketing, going to some person. So I try to figure out, okay, what aspect is really bothering me right now? And can I push that to the side until I get my mind right? And then I'm ready to deal with it in a way that makes sense. I also look at the time of day in which I'm doing certain tasks. I recognize I am my best version in the morning all the way until like right around now, afternoon. When we get later into the hours, I can tell my energy starts to drop. So that's a great time for me to focus on admin. You know, I pay attention to my energy levels because I'm very much a morning person. So anything that requires physicality, I need to do it earlier in the day.
Yes.
Anything that requires, you know, me just thinking, typing, texting, I do that. I tend to do that later in the evening or early wee hours of the morning because that I base it off of my energy level. So I know it's a long answer, but that's how I deal with feeling depleted and feeling burned out.
And I like that because that basically shows that you're in tune with what you need and how you're feeling. And I think as moms, sometimes we lose that. And because we're trying to navigate career, we're trying to navigate moms, and it's like no momhood. And a lot of times it's like, one is really thriving, the other one is not. But it's just like,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
yeah. So it's like you're trying to like figure it out. But I like how you've kind of like understood like certain things and not feeling guilty about it too, because that's
Nope.
the other thing too. Like I know for me, I feel the most guilty when I have in my mind, see, my mind is like it has everything down to now I'm down to the gritty. And then in reality, I'm like, wait, logistically, how's that gonna work with
Right.
this child? Yeah, no, this may not work. And then now I feel bad about it. So then I'm like, wait, how do I compensate for that? But then it's like, but then my mom has to tell me, like, look, you don't have to, like, just do it in the next couple months or something. She's like, it's fine. Like, it's not going to go anywhere. And I've had to learn that. I've had to learn that because I'm trying to do everything at one go. I'm like, yeah, he needs to do this, he needs to do that, he needs to do this. I gotta get this done, then we gotta do this. And then it's like then you realize, okay, wait, there's like more to the situation than required. Like it requires more. Yeah, the logistics of it. And that's the part that like then I feel that it's just the guilt of it all.
Yeah.
You know?
Mom guilt is so real. And I definitely experience it too. But I tell you a quote that I recently heard from Shonda Rhimes. You know,
love her.
Me too. We can't have it all at the same time. That was a word. We cannot have it all at the same time. You can have it all, but just know that it's going to need to come in stages, and you have to be flexible. And that is a realization that I've actually been really a lot more focused on this year. I've allowed flexibility in my schedule because I was it's got to happen at 8. Like, for example, my workout's got to happen by 8 a.m. Or I got to answer this email by 6 or 7 p.m. Blah, 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 blah. And it was causing me more harm than it was good. And so what I've allowed is, okay, maybe my workout doesn't happen at 8 a.m. because I'm really tired and I stayed up late watching SVU. Like, I'm a big SVU fan. So I'm like, okay, maybe if I get my workout around 4 o'clock, so be it. If I only get 50%, so what? I did something. Or maybe I am supposed to answer this email for Girl Scouts by 3 o'clock p.m. And here it is 12. Cool. Send it at 2:30. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
I just allowed myself to be more flexible. And I think that that's helped me a great deal in not feeling too guilty about stuff. I know as moms, we always feel like we never spend enough time with our kids. You know?
Especially when you have a career.
Exactly. I mean, here we are. We're doing this interview right now, and I'm opening up the treasure trunk with my daughter so she can pull out these toys. And to her, she thinks this is us spending time right now.
I know what you mean. Mine is sitting outside in the corner singing.
Right? But she thinks it is. And sometimes it's the simple stuff of us just being in the same room as them. So I say
like that.
Yeah, don't. You're doing great. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that with that because a lot of times you feel like you got to just like get in there with them, you know, and it's like sometimes
exactly.
It's like,
or it doesn't count. You feel like if I'm sitting here having a Barbie going or a truck or whatever, it doesn't count. But I'm here to tell you that it does count. If you are in the room and your kid is sitting on your lap, maybe while you're answering an email or you're trying to get something done while they're watching Papa Dole or whatever the case is, it still counts. It's the fact that you're there. Think about all the times when we were little. And I think as parents, we sometimes lose sight as far as the things that matter to us when we were kids. And it was sometimes it'd be as simple as I have one of my fondest memories actually was my grandmother making me a couple Ovaltine and watching Walker, Texas Ranger in the 90s. It wasn't her playing a game or all these different things.
Exactly.
It was that cup of Ovaltine and us watching a TV show. I think it used to come on Saturday night on BD Land.
Yes, that's true. And I know, because I remember my mom, like, I haven't told her this, but I know she worked a lot. She's a nurse. She still is. She still works. She has not retired yet.
Mhm.
And I remember, us just, meeting her at work, because she would have the bus drop me off at her job, or I would just get to her
Right.
job. And then we would just walk around, downtown Brooklyn, and I would go to the markets with her. And then she would, like, we'd go to all these like cute little specialty
Right.
markets and get really cool stuff, and that's how I learned about different foods and different,
Right.
different stuff. And I would just really be excited about that. And then that kind of like, that's how I ended up loving to like explore stuff, because after work, she would explore with me, or we would just explore together. I don't know which one
Right.
it was,
Right.
but
We're together. But it's
if
stuff
her
like
should
that.
just tell you, I was running errands, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, mother. Hey,
And
but
that mattered to you. And look at
yeah,
you.
yeah. And it wasn't, and it's just, it wasn't. And that's why, even with my kid, I try to like take him to different things. The iPad I don't like,
Right.
it's necessary. I know. Believe me,
For
I know,
sure.
especially when you're
For sure.
traveling.
You just don't want to overdo
But
it, right?
no, definitely not. And it's like, making sure that he's able to explore different things and see it. And, those are the things that matter the most, to me. So, it's like, I may not, play, with the, what is it, with the monster trucks that he likes
Yeah.
all the time. But I will, we will go into, the city, or go into, take the train, or do different things. And
That's what they'll remember. My kids, 5, 10 years from now, they're not going to remember the toys that you got them. They're going to remember the experiences or the times that you were just there. Oh, my
mhm.
mom was at my school dance. Oh, my mom took me into the city so we could explore stuff. Oh, my mom or grandmother sat and watched the TV show with me. That's what you don't remember. I barely remember any of the toys that I had. I'm sure you do. You don't either, right?
I don't.
Really about just simple things, right?
Yes.
That you did with your loved ones. And that's what
Yes.
matters to our kids right now. So if we sit back and we reflect and we think about it, we're doing great. We're exposing them to our activities and things that they like to do, or that we like to do sometimes. And
Yes.
it happens that it becomes a bonding experience. Even
That
better.
is true. How did you start figuring out your own burnout and your own feelings? Like, how did you start to become aware of that and in tune of that?
I would start lashing out. And I'm
Mm.
really great. I'm really grateful that like this is gonna sound crazy, but that my husband actually likes me. And I don't want to go down just rabbit hole, but sometimes we end up with people who like the idea of us, but not
Mhm.
actually us. And so my husband will say, "Hey, I think you're being a little too harsh on them," or "Hey, I think you need to go upstairs. You need to cool it." I don't like it in the moment, but I appreciate the overall what he's trying to do because he can tell that I am not being myself. I think it's really
Mm.
important to have people, whether it's your husband, your mom, whoever, wife, to have someone in your life that will let you know when you are acting out of character. So I have that. And then I can all some and I'm a Pisces, so it's Pisces season. So so I'm actually just a little bit very like in tune and intuitive. So if I notice I'm feeling all these weird feelings and I'm feeling angry, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't feel like myself. What's going on here? Like why am I feeling really high strung right now? Or compulsive. Compulsive is one of my attributes where I know, hey, we're here. You need to bring it down here.
Mhm.
So that's how I recognize it. And before, I used to bite my nails. So when I bite my nails, I'm in anxiety. I haven't bitten my nails obviously a long time, but that was also a telltale sign that something isn't off with me. Hmm.
Mm. I
Hmm.
like that. And I like that you have the people aware around you to kind of like help you with your body awareness and
For sure.
and even with that, because that's very important. Because a lot of times we don't even know when sometimes it's like, but then you don't know at the same time, because, your whole point is just execution.
Right.
And
Right.
if the fact that you're able to understand that and aware of that says a lot. And you're right. Some people, they like the idea of you, but don't actually
Like you.
can like you. And being able to like you means that they can understand you when you need certain things.
Exactly.
And I know that because I know even with my spouse who'll say, you know, okay, like, do you want to go to Starbucks?
Right.
Starbucks.
Exactly.
Like,
Or
Starbucks.
Right. Randomly, my husband knows I love Vietnamese food. So if he knows that I'm having a tough week or I'm having a really tough time, he might just get Vietnamese for me. Or he might just say, hey, I got the kids, go out and get your nails done, or go out and go do this. It's just the little things. Like I don't know how he does it, but he just knows me so well. But we're very opposite on top of that. So I don't know how he figures it out, but he does. Do you know?
I know what you mean.
Rocky and Rihanna.
Yeah.
Because he's a Sagittarius. And so it's like, how we just figure it out. I don't know.
But that's the best, because I'm a Leo and he's a Pisces, so.
Oh, see? It works. Somebody's got to have the roar.
I gotta splash water on it.
Exactly.
Splash water on the fire. Be like,
peel him back in.
Calm down.
Right? Gotta be the real.
It's like, calm down.
Right.
Stop it.
Exactly.
Splash the water. Oh, yeah. I actually do love that. Yeah.
Bless it.
That's why I like it.
I know, right? Yeah.
Shut up.
No, no. It's so
Get Starbucks.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Clarissa, this was the Fireside Fireside chat. We're only here for the small snippets.
Okay.
We want to thank you, Clarissa, for being here. Please order her book. She forgot to tell you she's a children's author. Sage Does Pilates.
Yes, I know.
Lord Jesus, she done forgot. So order it. It's on Amazon.
Yes.
Well, I ordered mine on Amazon.
Yes, you can get it on Amazon. You can also get it on my website, pilatesmamii.com.
Mamii.
Yes, because it's a little bit of spice there to it. Yeah, I know. And mommy was taken. The other mommy was taken. So, I had to get creative there. So here we go. And it's working. It's free. So I like it. But yes, definitely check out the book. And you will probably see another book. I should have grabbed it, but I forgot to. You saw the little one in here. I know. I made another book called Babies in Bar. And it's for smaller people. Yeah. And it's an ABC book. It's a more education. So that way children can learn the ABCs through movement. Look at that.
I love that because they need that. As you can see, my kid over here, he didn't walk, he ran. So he needs, So we definitely need that. So but now you hear it first. She has another book out. Make sure you please order her books on Amazon. Make sure you check out Clarissa at her studio in Sterling, Virginia. We'll put all the information in the bio and in the little blurb thing at the end, at the bottom. So for everyone to see, we thank you so much, Clarissa. Please make sure you follow, like, and subscribe for Pilates Mamii, and also like and subscribe for Black Mom Society. And we will see you soon. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Motherhood Unplugged Black Moms Can Mom Talk. If anything we discussed spoke to your heart, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to stay in the loop with more powerful conversations that center Black motherhood. If you are looking for coaching support around parenting, transition, stress management, or executive functioning, visit blackmomsociety.com to learn more and book a free discovery call. And don't forget to follow up on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Black Mom Society for real mom moments, practical tools, and upcoming events and town halls and podcasts. Tap the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Take care of yourself, mama. You matter.